Warning, the following workplace horror stories are true. Names of individuals and companies, employees and employers have been changed to protect all involved. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Just Be Glad You Have a Job. My name is Johnny Dunn and I'd like to thank you for tuning into this episode. Today's episode is entitled, I'm Not Lovin' It. The story comes to us from a local radio station where I live. Basically, the story is this. An 18-year-old kid made the news for quitting in a spectacular fashion. We've all dreamed about doing it. This kid actually got the shot to do it. The story goes that an individual was working in a McDonald's, probably as a short order cook or something. So probably some 18-year-old kid, fresh out of high school. This was his first job. He needed the money, etc., etc. We've all been there. We all understand exactly where it goes. And he came to discover that he had a family member who was seriously ill. There was a medical procedure scheduled, but it wasn't for a couple of months out. So this kid does the responsible thing. He actually goes to his supervisor and says, listen, something has come up. I need time off between this date and this date. The supervisor responds with the question, why do you need the time off? The kid answers, it's a family emergency. Being completely honest. The supervisor says, you don't plan for family emergencies. You're lying to me, and now you're fired. This kid loses his mind in the middle of the freaking short order kitchen. He starts grabbing every conceivable piece of fast food item, from the chicken nuggets to the french fries to the onion rings to the buns to the barbecued ribs to anything you can think of in a fast food type of joint, and starts pelting the manager with it. This goes on for what could be roughly 30 seconds or 30 minutes. Regardless, eventually the kid runs out of fast food items to throw, so he grabs an 8-inch knife and lunges at the manager. Now, while this is hilarious in and of itself, my question to you is, how bad does one's managerial style have to suck in order to drive someone to the edge? I have been fired from jobs before. I have been justly and unjustly fired from jobs before. And I will tell you that when you are unjustly fired from a job, it's usually a job that you hate. And you're more relieved than anything, at least I was. So the inclination was basically to shut my pie hole and to accept my unemployment check. My inclination was not to grab the nearest thing and smash somebody's head in. It wasn't a thought that had crossed my mind, but I decided to fight it in the interest of actually getting my unemployment check. This kid obviously saw things a little bit differently than I did, so how bad did the manager have to suck in order for this to happen? We could debate about this all day, but this is Just Be Glad You Have a Job, and I am here to help. So, in the interest of helping all involved, I'm going to submit 5 things that the manager could do to redeem himself in the eyes of his former employee, and just be glad you have a job. Item number 5. Allow the guy you fired to submit a special sauce onto the next barbecue rib sandwich, and eat it. All of it. No questions asked. Now is not the time to piss and moan. Now's the time to shine. Item number 4. Submerge your face into boiling hot French fry grease for a period of no less than 8 seconds. If a Brazilian can stay on a bowl that long, you can do without a face for that long. Besides, that bowl's probably going to get carved up and made into meat that's a little bit better than what you're serving at your restaurant anyway. Item number 3. Discover where the next gathering of the Juggalos is. Dress up as Ronald McDonald. Go there in full Ronald McDonald regalia and say to each Juggalo you pass, hey Juggalos, this is what you look like to the rest of us. Stop it. Item number 2. Go to the nearest Taco Bell, grab a spork, and attempt to remove your own brain in the same method that the Egyptians used to remove their own pharaoh's brains. Trust me, the spork can stand up to chalupa meat. It can stand up to anything you can throw at it. And item number 1. Dress up as Grimace. Go into the nearest Burger King. Bow down to the Burger King, who looks like a strange pedophile. And then proceed to drill your own brains out through your left temple with a DeWalt power drill. Thank you, everybody. We hope you enjoyed the show as much as we enjoyed making it. I'm Johnny Dunn. And as always, just remember, if you think your job sucks, it probably does.